Okay. I feel like I'm running 3 steps behind today. Alright, so, sorry, I'm a little late. Body just was like, no, you're not getting up right now. And I'm like, but, and it's like, no. And sometimes you just gotta listen. Though I still didn't want to get up when I did drag myself out of bed, but shit had to get done. I'm having a really bad eyelash day. Does anybody else have these days where it just feels like either something keeps touching your eyelashes or sitting in between them, or your eyelashes are touching themselves in a weird way and you can feel it and it's just fucking irritating? Or is that just me? So I've been sitting here trying to fix it and nothing I'm doing is making it happy. Alright, so when we last left off, we were... Oh, this poor mat. I've got to get this mat changed out. Eventually, we'll get there. Shit, what was I saying? When we last left off, we were working on our tree. Our tree guy here. And that's where we're gonna pick up, is working on this guy. We're getting closer to being done this one. Not quite there yet, but we're getting closer. Okay. So it's Sunday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. It's not quite over yet. Alright, so we got one guy coming up here. Managed to get a little bit of extra art in last night since the husband ended up stopping his stream early because he wasn't feeling great. So with this one, I decided to show you guys the dowel rod part. So that way we can say we truly finished this one entirely. On stream. Today I've got my work cut out for me this week with the amount of fluff I'm going to have to refill. On the bags that we've gone through. But that's not a bad problem to have, though, is it? Not really. Not really. It's like looking at this limb and I'm like, man, this guy's kind of a thick boy, isn't he? But now that we're getting him all nice and situated here, he's not looking too bad. Why don't you go over there? Here I am making it harder for myself because I've got the pad like lined up in the middle so that everything's all nice and neat, and I keep doing that. Where's go with some scissors here. Let's bust out the old scissors. What I need to invest in eventually is a good pair of big scissors. So that way when we're trimming this down at the end, I've got a shot at getting a better, more even cut here. Sorry, I saw a chunk that looked like it was missing out of the side of the tree up here, and I was like, oh, what happened? Was I just being silly and missed that part? Entirely possible. Very entirely possible. Come here. Look, you. There was a little stray bit of fuzz in there. That I didn't want in there. Well, I guess it's there now. Okay, so we got that piece put in. Now. I've got a few more branches. Oh, that should have had more of an angle on it. Or like more of a curvy guy. That's alright. So this side. This side's gonna have this guy kind of up a bit higher. So maybe about here-ish. We'll start to anchor this guy down. Or at least see about trying to get him anchored down. So this one hasn't been doing us too badly. And we'll see about if we need to excuse me. Trying to bully my brain into working here. I'm losing my voice at the same time. Oh my. Okay. So we'll see if we need to thicken him up in a minute here. Not sure we'll need to. We'll see. So this guy kind of comically extends over the top of the bridge. Honestly, kind of feels like it extends a little too far. But that's more of a me issue than anything. It feels like he's overreaching. Stretching so very far. Yeah, you guys can see it. We managed to get one of our gouache paintings in late last night. Well, not that late, but it did take us a little bit. At least the cats were behaving last night. As far as I could tell. Oh no, that's right. They were getting into trouble later. It was Cal that was getting into all of the trouble. But honestly, are we really that surprised? Because it's Cal. Not really, no. Husband messaged me because he woke up or hadn't fallen asleep yet, and oh no, he woke up and he's like, "Is that you banging around in the bathroom?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? We're in the middle of a live stream." And I desperately had to pee. And he was in the bathroom, and I'm like, what's the matter? And he's like, oh no, the cat knocked something over. And then it was kind of one of those things, well, shit, now that I'm up, I'm hungry. So he had to have a snack. Alright, so we get this branch. And popped into here. Alright, and we will see. Alright, so we got the main branch. There's one guy going up this way. We've got another guy kinda looks like someone's touching my arm. And every time I look, there's nothing there. kind of creepy. Alright, so our guy is gonna be a little bit different here. So he's a little bit skinnier, where I don't necessarily want him to be skinny. So let's see if we can skinify the rest of it. Alright. That's not too bad. Alright. And this guy kind of has... He's got this branch like coming down from up here, but it looks weird. So I don't wanna. Alright, we're gonna tuck that back into there for now, but we're not done with him yet. My tree, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. So, ugh, look at all this fluff. Look at all this fluff. A thick boy. He is a very thick boy. I mean, our felt's also kind of thick too, but it's okay. We're gonna get you all cleaned up in a few minutes. Okay, so he's almost done this one. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got like 4 minutes left. Oh, that's right. He highlights this in red. I really don't want to highlight this in red, because I don't have the right shade of red. Because he does this like reddish brown mixture, and I'm out of that color of Roving, I think. I think that's the only one I had it in that color. Okay, so now he's gonna put the fence in. I just skipped that part because we weren't gonna do that section. We need to take stock of what's in the freezer too.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna kind of connect to the edge of that on both sides. And then it's gonna get another guy right there. Okay, he did a little bit of a shadow or a highlight. Okay, I actually thought he added like another like a board falling down, but I guess he didn't. Alright, so we'll go back to our brown fluff. Sorry, brown fluff, I didn't realize we were gonna be meeting again quite so soon. Alright, so go ahead and get this twisted out. Alright, so this is kind of close to the road. Let's see, how tall do we want to be? Alright, so we're gonna maybe be about yay tall. as we start to work into here. Carefully. Trying to do this straight, but everything looks like it's crooked. We look crooked in the camera, but maybe we're not. Let's see, is that a good enough? It doesn't look quite thick enough. So let's see about, I'm gonna hear my arm's gonna be in the way for a minute. It's just the way it is. We'll get this guy. I swear it feels like there's a hair touching me. Every time I look, there's nothing there. Okay. So we've got that. He's a little hard to see. We'll highlight him up here in just a minute. After we get our angle figured out here. Try to. That's kind of a trippy angle to work on. Alright, so we'll get this guy sorted out here. We'll try to. Okay, I'm not gonna save this little tiny bit of fluff. It's gonna be impossible to keep track of. Figure out if I want this double. Do I want it single? I kind of want it single. It's a shame that that fluff was just a little too short for our spot here. But by the time I started stabbing it in, definitely was going to be too short. this guy. Popped into here. Oh, I didn't get the glue gun. I don't know if we necessarily need the glue gun today. Probably not. Okay, so we got that post in, and then so this post. Right now I'm just kind of trying to get the height lined up, and in doing so, lost my width here. That's probably close. Or as close as your girl's gonna get here. I have to get that other brown still to highlight this guy. You okay, puppy? Hi. Hi, Momo. What's up? Momo's here. Oh, hi, buddy. What's up? Oh, I found an itchy spot. What's up, my bud? Hi. Oh, what's the matter? Why are you whining? Hi. I have no food. Do you have to potty again?
How are you going to bug Daddy until he gives you grass?
It's been about an hour and a half.
What? What's up, Wiggles?
I don't know, he's whining at me.
You're awful energetic. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes I'm not sure if he's looking for snacks or has to potty, but old dog could just need to potty.
Or just want to go outside.
Well, I mean, he's got to be bored.
Which usually means grass.
Okay, got this guy in. I have the other brown to highlight him. I think. Well, I thought I did. I've got something up there we can use. Pretty certain. We got something. Okay, so then we've got our bottom board here. This guy tapped in. Sorry, there was a few little loose, longer hairs in there. Because I thought I had cut and pulled and I hadn't cut all of it. So some of them got a little longer than the others. That's alright. It happens. Not a huge fuss. It's not like the end of the world or nothing. Alright. So we'll get this guy. Let me work in that other one just a little bit more. Part of them suddenly didn't look fully anchored. Alright, so let's get all those little loose ends accounted for. Tying them all up, so to speak. This guy does look shorter, doesn't he? That's okay. And then we had like an odd ball bit of fence here. It's going to be a little bit lower. And he didn't really have any posts attached to him. Did he pee?
No.
Normal.
It was just a chance to get some grass on.
Unless he thinks I've got food when I don't. I have no food. I have a drink. That's it. That's all we got. Haven't even started to cook yet. Okay, so I think we're officially done with that color. Tuck that over there. Alright, let's grab our... Ooh! Hit myself in the face. Good job. We certainly don't need anywhere near that amount of fluff. He kinda... Like, he kinda highlighted it, but he highlighted it with that red again. And I'm not sure if I... should really be highlighting this quite that much. I'm not sure. Yeah, like, it don't look right. It don't look right. I didn't realize he was hitting it up with the red. Okay, we're gonna leave ours be. If you have the reddish rusty brown and you wanna highlight it, then go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna not. Because the colors I have aren't gonna, look right. Oh, hate that sensation of like swallowing an air bubble. Alright, so now he's gonna put the leafy guys on. Except I was doing something and I missed. Hold on, Bob. What color are we doing? Okay, sap green. And Van Dyke brown. And then he's gonna come back in with some other color. Sap green and Van Dyke brown. Well. Oh, can you come get the bug, please?
What am I doing?
Get the bug.
Where's the bug?
Right over here. It's a little spider.
Okay.
He's climbing up.
Oh, I see him now. Okay.
Do you have him?
Yep. There you go.
Is he gone?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mrs. Rakuru. How are you today? Hope everything's going all right. Okay, so we're gonna start to put in our dark here. For a hunter green, this is very teal. You know? A very green, it's very blue hunter green, put it that way. At least that's what it seems like. So I hope things are going well with you. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Alright, we're just stabbing away here at our fluff. We're almost done the stabbing part of this. Almost. I know this guy's felt like quite the long haul. We have to figure out our paint swatches. I did grab the colors. I have them next to me. He didn't really... He just kind of like laid these in. I feel like we're putting poodle puffs on the way he laid them in. Like those puffs on the side of the poodle butts. Kind of protect their hippies. I do have this turned sideways at the moment, just so I can see this a little bit better. Since we're close to this top edge, I don't want to fuss it up too bad. I'm getting excited for Diablo 4. Keep seeing everybody streaming Diablo 4 in their streaming category, and I'm like, nope, I don't want to see it. I want to play it, I don't want to see it. Because I know we're going to be playing it on Tuesday. Providing the servers don't crash when everybody's allowed to play. Well, speaking of, make sure that you've been checking, because they've been doing some updates. Sweetie? Mm-hmm. Make sure that you've been checking Diablo to make sure your updates...
No, there's no point worrying about it until launch day for us.
Oh, I've been doing the updates every so often.
Well, yeah, but they'll just be cumulative at the end when we have to update before we play.
But I'm excited. I can't wait. We've got the overlay. Well, husband got the overlay done. We have a Diablo-fied flamingo. Well, as Diablo-fied as he could get it. We weren't really sure how to Diablo-fy a flamingo. We weren't sure if we were going to try to make it look like a wizard, because then if I play something else, it's going to be weird. So we tried to make it look a little bit demonic. His crab was easy. I think the crab was easier to do than the flamingo. So he kind of made like a necromancer kind of crab guy. I mean, I suppose we could have like skeletonized the flamingo maybe, I don't know. But we are looking forward to that. Now, I haven't put that stream on the schedule because I don't know whose channel we're starting out on.
I assume yours.
Mine? Okay. Well, I wasn't sure because, I mean, it's not a normal stream day for me, so if you wanted to host that day, that's fine.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It's mostly going to be on yours anyhow.
Okay. Might as well get the ad revenue.
Huh?
Might as well get the ad revenue.
Well, I mean, you've got actual followers and everything, so.
His Twitch channel is not monetized.
Well, I also don't really stream.
No, it's sporadic. He doesn't have enough followers to... I think he might have the stream hours, but he doesn't have enough followers.
Well, again, I don't provide much either. I'm not like you. I can't talk endlessly.
I have quiet moments.
Yeah, quiet moments. That's not your default. Not when you're streaming.
Depends on what I'm doing.
Well, still.
When I'm painting, I have to, like, keep yelling at myself. Dummy, you've been quiet too long.
Well, yes, but you're capable of doing so. I'm not. So, streaming's not really my thing. I'm only doing it so I can keep scheduling myself.
Alright, and let's see, we've got a little bit more here. So what's everybody up to today? Anything Did you have a good weekend? Did you do all of the things? Did you do none of the things? Doing the goblins, still trying to get the mount? Is that a WoW mount, or is it a mount for Diablo 4? I imagine it's probably a mount for in WoW. The treasure goblins in D4 are fun. Oh, that one. Really? They recycled that mount? That's kind of fucked up. What was the promo on that one? Was that one if you bought D3 you got it?
Yeah, I think.
Or a specific copy of D3? Maybe it was the deluxe version.
I think it was a deluxe or something, because we got D3 for free, so...
How did we get that for free? Was that from a BlizzCon?
Part of the yearly thing. You pay for a year of WoW and you get Diablo 3 or something.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Because I had Tyrael's charger. You don't have that on North America. You don't have that on North America. You do have it on EU. I'm surprised they didn't make a new mount for D4.
Well, sweetie, company's not what it once was here.
True. That's one thing I didn't do because I don't have a WoW sub at the moment. Because I can't play. So hopefully you get that mount. Do you only get a shot at the mount once a day, or do you have a shot at the mount every time the dude spawns? Because I know, like, world bosses in the past, it was like once a day. To get anything significant, and then any other try was just kind of like a chance at less significant things. If you got anything at all. Get a shot every time with extra chances the first time you do it each day. Interesting. They really want people to get that mount. Or they're just trying to keep people engaged. Either's entirely possible at this point. Entirely possible. Have you been working on any challengers? How's that going for you? There's also a goat pet, a 36 lot magnet toy. I wouldn't mind the goat pet, but not playing. I couldn't even get to 70. I don't remember where my main for the expansion left off, but I'm fairly certain it did not hit max level. I was still kind of trying to quest in that main first starter zone and getting fucking frustrated because of the dragon riding and it making me sick, so I deal with migraines enough. I cannot intentionally inflict them upon myself for a game to put me out of commission for like 2 days. been a bit slow on the challengers, trying to get an orc and human up to level 50 for the heritage armor. Okay, nice. At least you're keeping busy, regardless. So that's good. Alright, so we're just getting our shadowy leaves on this tree. And then we'll see about, or these lower branches of this tree that we can see. And then we will work on getting the highlighty guys in here. Alright, that's not bad. My poor little fence posts have just kind of melted into the background though. That's alright. Goblin spawns every 30 minutes in either Orgrimmar or Stormwind. Valdrakken or one of the three. What, at the same time or just someplace? Like, how do you know where it's gonna be? Is Wildhead running a... Oh, it's on a cycle. Like, I would imagine Wildhead's running a timer deal. Unless it's completely random. There's an add-on on the front page, Wildhead. There's always an add-on. We got an add-on for that. Alright. Gonna take some. He took cad yellow. I'm just gonna use our light green here. Let's kind of see what we can do. I mean, I probably should have just like mixed the two together. Maybe the next time we'll do that, kind of like how we got our grass going down in here in the bottom. You can participate in the goblin from level 10. Oh wow. Well, I guess you can get a mount at level 10, like you can learn to ride then, so. Or is it level 5? I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since we've been in there. I haven't played since mid-February, end of February. Kind of after I secured our tokens for Diablo. I was trying to see if I could maintain tokens for monthly play, and then I was just like, there's no way. There's no way that's happening. Because Auction House was slowing way down, which meant I had to farm even more. And then I was spending more time farming than I was having time to do challengers, and it kind of started to become a, well, this is kind of not sustainable. didn't really have a high-level crafter that could do anything. And then when I was out trying to farm, some of the stuff I couldn't get to because it was up high and I couldn't do the dragon mount, so it was just kind of frustrating all the way around. But that's okay, because we've been keeping busy with all of the things. I just saw a piece of my hair in here. Nope, must have been the way the light hit it. Was it humid out?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. The joints ache something terrible today. I'm like, why do I hurt so much? Like, holy hell. Oh, so for those that missed it, I've got a different Bob Ross project. You missed my WoW Challenges streams? I'm sorry. The dragon riding is giving me migraines even when I'm only on the dragon for like 30 seconds, no matter what I do. And so it makes it frustrating for me because then I can't play normally when I'm not working on a challenger. And then we didn't have the money. Our financial status changed after my dad died, the end of February. And I wasn't in a place where I was able to play enough or enjoy what I was doing to make it financially justified to keep throwing money that we didn't really have at it. So I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys are still enjoying it though. You have to keep me updated. I actually did leave the WoW Challenges Discord because I'm not playing, so it's kind of hard to mod it if I don't know what's going on. And it's hard to keep up when I can't be in there and experiencing it. So I'm still around though. But so I've got a new Bob Ross project I'm working on the side. I'm going to try to do every single one of his tutorials in gouache because I'm trying to get a better handle on the medium, and I've got it and I'm not using it, and I'm like, I want to use this up. So this is how we're doing it. I'm started on season 1. When I get the money, I'm going to be getting a like a 12x12 scrapbook binder, and then I'm going to kind of mount everybody in there with some photo corners and do like a little square of info next to them. This was from season 1. I fucked up the sky, so the sky is way too dark, so it kind of became a nighttime scene inadvertently. And then this was the second episode of season 1, and I'm pretty happy with how that came out, considering I dry brushed that snow on the mountain, and because I didn't have a tiny little palette knife, and I didn't think I could make that work with the gouache. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that one came out. That didn't look too bad, although I did fuck up the top edge of the mountain with getting the cloud too close to it, so it was kind of hard to see the edge of the mountain, so then I had to kind of come back in with a little bit of like my dark brown and kind of melt that into the top edge just to give a little bit of shading up there so we could see it, because you couldn't see it before I did that. So I've got 2 done so far. This is just on watercolor paper. The third one in season 1, I'm really not sure how I'm going to do it. That one's probably going to end up with me fucking it up at least once and starting over, because it's on a black canvas. So So I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Because I can't put black gouache down and then paint on top of it because gouache tends to reactivate a little bit. So I'm gonna have to do, I guess, black acrylic paint. I don't have that much white. I might have to buy a pouch of white gouache. To make that work, but no, I'm sorry, I'm not really playing WoW right now. I think I have just enough of a Blizzard balance to get a 1 month sub, but we're also kind of holding on to that in case we want to do a paid thing for Diablo at some point. But I don't know, it was tough because, you know, I can't really play right now, and so I really didn't feel like I had anything to contribute to the community over there, so I just kind of quietly ducked on out. Lita knows. I don't know if Lita said anything. About me stepping down or not, but like I started with stepping down from doing all the other stuff. And I kind of stayed long enough to make sure that she had a handle on my explanations for how I was doing things. And I just kind of showed myself to the door, basically. I think I ducked into the podcast for all of like 5 minutes last night and then bounced out. We accidentally removed me from modding the podcast. That wasn't actually done on purpose. We were trying to get my account linked with the husband's account so we could use the same phone number to verify my Twitch account. It was a whole fiasco. Because we were trying to set up guest star and the accounts had to be verified, and then it was like, well, you can't, this phone number already belongs to a different thing, and then we found out that we could link the accounts, and we're like, okay. And then when we were trying to do something to link the accounts, I ended up getting an email saying that I wasn't linked to the WoW Challenges account anymore, and I was like, And then I realized it must have been when we were fucking around with the authentication on mine. But that's okay. See, that's okay. I should have probably had those privileges revoked anyway, since I'm not doing anything challenge-wise anymore. I'm still Ooh, I think I'm still linked to their YouTube account. Like, I think I still have editor permissions over there. I don't think she ever took them away. She may have, but I just didn't realize it. Alright, so this whole highlighting of the leaves is kind of turning into a bit of a mess here, but that's alright. That's okay. I mean, I was thinking of working on just classic, because classic I could play, right? But you have to maintain a WoW sub to access classic, and again, don't really have the money. Maybe if I get really bored or our financial status changes, I can go back and just work on classic, but we'll have to see. And time's also a thing right now. Because I don't have, like, my afternoons are kind of tight. I kind of drag myself out of bed. Very, very sleep deprived. Around 12:31 to try to get my ass on here for 2. We stream until 4:30. Then I gotta make dinner for my mom. So I'm eating dinner earlier than I had been, instead of, you know, cooking at 5 or 6. Then one of us does the dishes. Lately Russell's been doing them. I've been doing a shit ton of video editing. At least, you know, 1 to 2 hours every night. Some nights I'm doing an extra stream later at night. We're streaming on Saturday now. We have to kind of be my mom's keeper to a degree. So just kind of busy. Trying to get a little bit more art in on the channel. Got a couple other projects I'm kind of working on here. I want to get to my wooden flamingo. That's an off-stream project. I'm not recording that. I can't. I don't have the space, but I still want to get them done. He's gonna have to be done in chunks. He's not something I can do all at once, because I want to get tissue paper on him. gonna take some time to dry. Alright, well, we kind of got that highlighted up there, that little bit, so we're just gonna shove over there because he's not worth keeping. So I think there was some green mixed into him. Oh, thank you. And no problem. No problem. Okay. Are we down to just signing this guy? Let's see, Bob. Where are we at? Okay, so he's gonna put some, I think we are. He puts his leafy dews on there. We kind of half-assed our leafy dews. This does look like it's a bit of a mess, but his looks like it's a bit of a mess too, so I feel like we're okay. I probably could have done that back section, like this section, a little better. If I had thought about the mooshing of the colors together, probably would have worked out a little bit better, but okay, yeah, so then he's just gonna sign it. If we could, you know, get them to... There we are. So, I mean, it doesn't look hardly anything like his, but, you know, it's not terrible. It's alright. I gotta find a color for us to sign in this. I guess we can use this brown. I feel bad. We pulled them out and then didn't use them. Do we think... he might not be that visible, though. I mean, he might be, but we'll see. Okay. So let's see about getting our signature in place here. That's not going to be very visible, is it? That was odd. It's a very odd sound. It almost sounded like a gushing when that truck went by. That's not visible at all. That just kind of like blended into the ground. We need a different color. We need an entirely different color. 'Cause that ain't it. I mean, I can just barely see it in front of me, so looking at that on the camera is like, ooh. Alright, that's gonna be a little bit better, I think. As I'm trying to go over this letter. Yeah, that other one was just way too light. Of course, this now just looks like a circle. Let's see about getting the rest of this area sat down. Okay, we can kind of see that now. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. I swear this is the most difficult part. Trying to get these initials put in here. Ah! Okay, so if anybody misses the gouache painting live streams, those are bonus streams. I just do those on a whim when I have the time. They might not all be live streamed. If you want to catch up with those, that's going to be on the Happy Little Trees playlist on the YouTube channel. And I got the gouache speed paint up of the Purple Mountains that I was working on, that I finally finished, up on the channel as well. Managed to get that up last night. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do for you for dinner?
Probably make nachos for myself again.
Okay. Get that finger out of the way. So like this started out as like a paw print, but then it kind of sort of morphed into like a flamingo foot. And last night when I tried to do the flamingo foot, it turned into something that looked like a heart, and I'm like, no, that's not what I was going for. But we were on such a tiny surface that I was like, okay, I guess. This really needs to be separated down. It's a little bit easier. Alright, so we will take a look at our paint samples here in just a second. Okay, so we got that, right? Come on. Alright, let me stick that guy safely in his little holder. And I need my fingers back for this, so. Stick you over there. Stick you over there. Okay. So here's our guy fully flat. Alright, so we're gonna come in here. Okay, so we've got that edge there. And then, sorry, my arm is gonna be in the way again. Okay, I'm gonna get that guy over there. Alright, so we're a little misshapen there, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have some options that we need to figure out. So I'm gonna get my cup of water here that we were using last night. And I guess I don't really need the plate. I can pull from the lid. Alright, so we have to figure out what color we want our dolls to be. Because I'm getting all fumbly handed here. So these guys are gonna sit at the top. And I'll trim off whatever extra felt we've got going on there once we get placement sorted. So these guys are gonna sit at the top and the bottom. And then we'll put our string at the top. I picked up the proper string now. So we have to figure out what color is gonna work better here. So this one is called Woodsy Smoke. It's like a brownish gray that's a little glumpy. So it's kind of similar to our highlights on the bridge. It's probably the only spot that this shows up. Alright, so we've got that color there as one option. Alright, then we've got a dark brown. This one's called Rich Brown. Kind of feels like more of a chocolate than a rich. To me, that feels like more of like a melted, like milk chocolate Hershey bar. Maybe melted chocolate would be a better name for this guy. So we've got that as an option. And that color is not really in here per se, because our trees and stuff are a lot darker than that, but that was the darkest brown that I could find quickly last night. Then we've got foliage. It's kind of like a leafy green color. Come on. Get your glompy self in there. They're getting kind of glompy because I haven't used them in a while, so that happens. These are just quick samples here so that we can kind of see what these colors are going to look like. Now we're going to seal these, prime, I guess prime would be the better word. We're going to prime these dowel rods. So they're going to be going on a white colored surface. We're going to be getting an accurate idea of what these shades are going to look like. Alright, we got one more. Now, I couldn't find the shade of purple I thought I had. I really thought I had a purple shade that was similar to this. Couldn't find it. Went all through my paint box. Couldn't find it. I was really mad too because I was like, I know I have this color. Alright. So instead we've got like a lighter purple. And what is this? This is hyacinth. It's very bright. I didn't want to mix a color in case I ran out after one dowel and then my shade was off on one. Then that would just be weird. So let's rinse that guy up really good. Make sure we don't have any acrylic paint left in there. I'm gonna dry him up real good. At least get the worst of it off. Okay, let me put the lid on this before I spill that. Let me move you up there so I don't spill you. Okay, so that's right. This placemat was from Dollar Tree. I'm not that worried about it if it gets this shit all over it. They clean up fairly good though. Alright, so now we have to figure out what colors we want on here. So if we imagine the purple, purple might be a bit much. I mean, it would bring out the sky color. I'm not disputing that. I'm just trying to tuck this under so we can see it like up against that. Like, it's not, it's very bright And it's a very bold choice. And I don't know how I feel about that, but I think it's a little bright. Kind of see it down towards the bottom. Here, let me close out Bob. We don't need Bob anymore right now. So, I mean, foliage is definitely very green. But it kind of feels like it fits the tone a little bit better than the purple. So let's look at that for a minute. And I feel like it's kind of pulling the shades from the bottom grass there a bit. Alright, so then we have this like melted-y, chocolatey brown here. Right? And that feels kind of dark. And this one's already kind of dark as it is. With all like the dark wood of the bridge and the fence posts and all that. I didn't want to go with like yellow or orange because then I felt like it'd be too bold again. Kind of like the same deal with the purple. And then we have this woodsy smoke. Which kind of pulls from the lighter shading in our pathway and in the bridge and stuff. Not sure which color I like. What do you guys think? I think I'm leaning towards either the woodsy smoke or the foliage. I guess we should see what it looks like against the top, right? So, just trying to get the gray out of the way. So there's what the woodsy smoke would look like against the top. That gray strip won't be there. It's still a little dark. Or block that out. We have the foliage color. I mean, it's very green. Would that be too much green with all of the green that's going on here, though? That's the question. It's a different shade of green. I don't know. Then we're gonna have the jute wrapped around these guys, so I don't want to do white on these ones because there's zero white in here and it's gonna be weird. White worked on the other one because there was white in there. This is quite... Oh, just whacked myself in the face with the dowel rod. I'm kind of... Maybe the woodsy smoke. To pull out the highlight in the bridge and stuff and to try to lighten this up a little bit. I mean, I guess it might have been better to look at these on the side here. I mean, it's still dark, but that just doesn't really fit. This kind of fits, but at the same time, very dark. And I want to like this purple on here. I really do, to pop the sky out. But it's very bold. And it might be too bold for some people. So alright, we'll go with the woodsy smoke here. Alright, so this guy, we're gonna kinda sit over here, I guess. Now we have to prime these guys. I don't want to get paint on this thing. I have to find my gesso. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck you up there for now. I've had this can of gesso, or jar of gesso, for quite a while. We've gotten some use out of it. We're about, I'd say we're about halfway. Let's see if I can find my gesso brush now. I have two specific brushes that I tended to use. Here it is, for the gessoing. And it's fairly easy to find because it's covered in gesso all over the handle. Alright, so this stuff's just kind of like a primer. It makes it so that whatever you're painting on is a little bit smoother. A little bit. This can have a texture to it. And it kind of helps if you're on a porous surface, so that your paint's just not constantly sinking in, so you don't need like 45 coats of paint. So this can be used on canvas, like if you don't like the way your canvas was primed, or you kind of want it to be a little bit smoother, kind of throw another layer or two on, or if you have raw canvas. So it can be used on canvas, it can be used on paper. I haven't tried it on paper. Kind of surprised at that. I would think it would make the paper be a little buckly. I'm gonna do like half and then do the other half of the other one, or do half of the other one and then come back and get the other half, so I've got somewhere to put my hand, because I don't know how to hold this. This stuff does dry pretty quick on your brushes, at least for me. So keep that in mind. You don't want these guys sitting around too long with the stuff in it, or you might just come back to a non-usable brushy guy. So it says it can be used on canvas, paper. Why does it sound like it's raining? Canvas, paper, card. What's that? Is that cardboard? I think it is raining. Oh, it is raining. Oh, the rain shower. It stormed for a couple of hours over top of us yesterday. Like it would thunder, and we're like, oh, okay, here we go. And then it wouldn't thunder again for like another half an hour, but there was lightning in the area, so we couldn't really get a whole lot of anything done. Really annoying. But we needed the rain, so I'm not going to complain too hard. We need the rain. Very dry lately. And if we want to avoid a burn ban, then bring it on. So yeah, so it says card and wood. I don't know what card is supposed to be. I don't know what they're implying there. I have no idea. Cardboard? I mean, cardstock is paper. That could go a couple different ways. I don't know. And once it's dry, you can do oils or acrylics over it. Not watercolor. This isn't meant for that. Because you want your watercolor to be touching paper, usually. I have used watercolor on wood, though. Just to kind of stain the whole background up. I'm thinking 2 coats is going to be enough on this guy. To do what we want to do. And this stuff can come in a couple different types. It comes in the white, which is what we're using here. You can get it in gray, like a gray tone. You can get it in black, and you can get it in clear. I have not tried the clear. The clear does intrigue me. Alright, so I'm gonna let you sit here. And we're gonna grab the other one. For those coming in, they're like, this isn't needle felting. Yeah, I know. We finished up the needle felting part. And now we are priming the bits that are going to be attached to it as our hangers. We're going to try to get the priming done today, so that way it has more than enough time to be completely dry. And tomorrow we will get our paint put on here, our paint color that we've selected. Well, that might explain the headache from when I woke up. That's also why I was a little slow getting going. I was trying to figure out if I was even capable of doing this today. Quite the monstrous headache. Wasn't quite to migraine yet, but it sure felt like it was working its way up there. That traffic is sloshing pretty good going by. I'm not sure if the microphone's picking it up or not. It might not be. I don't have any windows open, so if it is coming through, it's coming through with all the windows closed. It's still saying it's like 85 out, so it's kind of sticky. Can't remember how much this thing of gesso is or was. I've had it for quite a while. I feel like maybe it was $10. It was one of those things where I was like, oh god, this hurts buying it, because I was like, damn. But I was like, yeah, but I kind of need it. It's from Marty? Non-toxic, supposedly. Alright, so let's hit this up with round 2 on this side. Now these dowels came pre-sanded, so I didn't really have to do anything to them. The pieces where it's kind of in portrait orientation instead of landscape orientation, those ones I have to trim a little bit off the ends because those are a little too big. But when we're in landscape orientation, we don't need to do anything because we fit pretty good. But I've got like a little hand saw. If I have to hand saw it, I will not do that on stream because that's gonna take me like fucking 15 minutes for just one. And you all don't need to see that hot mess. Besides, the camera would be shaking so hard anyway from my desk moving. Because it takes quite a bit of Nisey force to make that cut. Alright, so I'm gonna let you chill out there. Okay, so yeah, this guy's still kind of tacky. Like tacky as in sticky, not like, oh my god, that's so tacky. But it's getting there. So we're gonna get a little messy here. I'm not too worried about any fingerprints or anything. Like it's not beneath me to get paint on me. It happens more often than you would think. And this is just our primer, so it doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't our final coat on here. At all. Alright. I know, riveting. We're actually watching paint dry today. Who'd have thunk? I wasn't sure how much felting we had left on the piece, so didn't know how long we would be working on the felting portion. But here we go. Alright, so that's sticky. So if I wasn't showing you guys how I was finishing these, I would have just let that one side completely dry before picking up and doing the other end. But since we're on a bit of a time crunch here, that's why we're going to do the paint layers tomorrow. And I got these from not sponsored woodpecker.com. Get your minds out of the gutters. It's a woodworking site. And their prices weren't too bad. It was better than the prices I was seeing at like Lowe's. Of course, Lowe's was like for molding and much bigger in length. And I'm like, I don't need that much. Nor do I really want to carry that size stick home and then have to deal with cutting it down. Because there's never anybody available to cut anything at our Lowe's. Half the time, you can't even find anybody to order an appliance. The last time when the dryer broke and we couldn't fix it, we were gonna get our new dryer from there because they were on sale, and my dad was like, yeah, I'll buy it. And my mom and Russell went to go get it, and he said they were waiting around for like an hour, and there was a line of people waiting to make an order, and nobody was showing up to do the order. I was like, wow. So maybe somebody was on break. Maybe somebody was fucking around. I don't know. Alright, so there's that one. Oh, we are very tacky. I left a fingerprint. Oh dear. Oh dear. And I don't have a fan in close proximity to turn this on to speed this guy up, so I think we're just gonna be getting a little sticky. And making a bit of a mess as we do. Right, we haven't made a mess in a while. Not a painting mess. I mean, we've made a little bit of mess with the gouache, but nothing like this. Oh, we're kind of in camera. I kind of wasn't there for a second, sorry. More paying attention to what I was doing. Alright. Ugh. Picking up all kinds of shit off my desk. There's a bit of fuzz. It's like, no, Mr. Fuzz. It's not what I wanted to do here. Like, having you in there is not going to help matters. Alright, so if I get any fingerprints in this, I'll just kind of smooth them out a bit. So it's going to take a hot minute to dry. We'll have to see if this paint comes off this placemat. If it doesn't, I'm kind of due for a refresher on it. They still had this one at Dollar Tree when we were there the other day. But they had a new one that had like little succulent plants on it that I thought was really cute. I'm kind of getting tired of looking at this one, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we've been rolling with this guy for a while. They didn't have any flamingo ones, though. I was sad about that. They had a bunch of, They had a bunch of, well, I guess that's the back. The back doesn't matter quite so much. And a bunch of like summer and other flamingo things. But they didn't have any placemats, which I was surprised. I'm very surprised. I think this is like the third coat on this back piece. It doesn't have to be, especially the back. The back doesn't really have to be perfect. We probably technically didn't have to even prime the back, but... Well, no, I guess we did have to prime at least part of the back, because part of it's going to show. Alright, so we're going to leave these guys to dry. And tomorrow... we'll be back and we will be I just want to smooth this out since this is going to be visible. Tomorrow we'll be back and we will be working on putting the paint coats on here, because the acrylic paint dries quite a bit faster than this stuff does. And I'll have the glue gun out and then we will mount it onto our guy here. We're going to use the glue gun so it dries faster. Otherwise I would just use some tacky glue. Tacky glue will work too if you don't have a time crunch. And we'll get our little hangy rope on there and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it very, very much. Tomorrow we'll try to start around 2 p.m. Central. We'll try. There was talk of having to go to the store tomorrow. So we could start a little early. We could be starting a little bit later. It kind of depends on how things roll with what time we actually get out of the house. So make sure you have your notifications turned on here, or make sure you're following on Twitter, either one. So that way you'll get the notification when I go live in case I'm a little late or a little early. So, but thank you guys again. Appreciate your time. Don't forget to follow the socialies down below. We've got the Twitter, we've got the Kofi, we've got the Instagram, we've got the YouTube page. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, have a good one.